Hi all, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Let's start rebooting work using UiPath. In today's session, we are discuss about distance function. So let's understand what actually this distance function can do for us. So basically, this distance function which help us to eradicate the duplicate values and provide us a unique value. So let's take a quick example over here. As we can see here, the company name, so it's are duplicated, right? So I can see so many employees are employed in the Medicare, right? So let's assume. So you have a scenario where you have 1 lakh records. You have to find how many companies are participated in any competition or any program. Okay. Do you want to find that? So how do you filter out the duplicate values and get the unique ones? So it's hard, right? So if you have bulk number of data set, so you have to make a for each and then if condition and then you have to make a counter to find out this particular value is a duplicate or not. So you have to create a boolean value as well to find out it, right? So but when you are going to use in a LinQ function, you can directly call the function which is named as distinct, which help us to perform the unique operation in your LinQ query. So let us quickly jump back to the UiPath Studio and start our today's session. So let me go to the UiPath Studio. So as I said before, a distant function, this will help you to find out or get the unique value from the entire data set. So as an example, so which we are going to make now, to get only the unique value. So as we see Medicare, so we have to eradicate the Medicare. So as we see here, so many times the Medicare company has been participated, right? So, which means so many employees are employed in the Medicare. But what should be our expected output? So the output should contain only one time of Medicare and it should eradicate. So by nature, it should eradicate all the duplicate value. It should provide only unique value, which means it should return only one time as a Medicare. So also you can see one more company which is duplicated over here is time path, right? So even this time path also should become only one time in our output, right? So let us quickly jump back to the UiPath Studio and make it as a practical one. Okay. So so here let me drag and drop on for each activity. Okay, so you may be thinking, so as he said before, for each we no need of a for each, right? Just let us make a for each which help us to traversal the values. So we are not going to traversal the entire thing, or we are not going to make an if condition or boolean. We are not going to do anything at all. So we are just going to write our query directly in our for each expression. So let me drag and drop for each. So here we are going to write our expression over here. Okay. So let me try to open up this. So here let me take dt challenge. So after that, so dot and then as enumerable, open bracket, close bracket. After that, dot select. So after that, so we are going to call our function and then row. So after that, row of dot field. So I hope this you have been very used to it, since I will just keep on using this up. So field, perfect. So after that, so let me make the data type. So which is half string. So and then so we have to mark the particular column, right? So this is our column. So let me copy our column name and then so open bracket, close bracket. So let me try to mark the column name. Perfect. So after that, so we are going to call our distant function here. Okay. So dot distant, right? And then open bracket, close bracket. Perfect. So let me click on OK now, which is cool, right? So we have just made everything here. So which we have given a distant query also in this expression itself. So the next step, we are just going to drag and drop our right line and see the output. So let me try to make it as item. That's it. And then so we can make dot toString here, or else you can just try to change the object to toString. So as I say, you can change this object to toString, or else you can just mark toString in the right line. So anything will work here. Let me save this and let me debug this now. So let me check for output. So we should be getting only the value, unique values here. Just ignore the first one, so which will be output for our select query. So once you can see IT solution, Medicare, waterfront, and then time paths. So all the companies are unique, right? So it has been eradicated the duplicate values. So only printed single times, which means it is given the distant value for us, right? This is cool, right? So if you have 1 lakh records, so it will be so hard to find out the unique values. But in this way, you can easily grab those value and then you can take it up all the values in any kind of a form, in an Excel or in a notepad, any kind of form, you can take it as your wish. Let me quickly recall this expression, what I have done here. The same expression which I have provided, but instead of where query, I directly performed the select query. So after that distance. So why I just performed select query instead of where query? So we are not going to make any filtration. So if you are going to make any filtration, in those cases, we are going to make sure of our where condition. Since we are not going to filter out anything, just we are going to make the value which you want as distant. So I just directly gone through the select query. Okay. So after followed by the select query, I just used a distant function. So in this way, you can get the unique value of any column. So in our case, I just made a company name. But if you want any other columns, you can directly go ahead and mark your column. So don't forget. So if you're going to make a number column, then you're going to change the data type as a double. So where I have made as offstring. So apart from that, so it will be very useful for us to filter out the unique values from the bunch of values. So I hope this video will be helpful for you. Thanks for watching. Happy learning. Have a good day.